Brothers and sisters, one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself is staying hydrated. And you know what I'm talking about. You go to your basketball game, football game, pro wrestling events, and suddenly you get a little parched. Well, one of the best ways that you can keep yourself safe is using Liquid IV. See, Liquid IV is a hydration stick that you can pour into 16 ounces of water and immediately get more efficiently hydrated than water alone. Okay? 12 delicious, refreshing flavors, all of your essential B vitamins, including B3, B5, B6, B12, even vitamin C. 3 times the electrolytes as traditional sports drinks. It's made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, free from gluten, dairy, soy, all that good stuff there. Listen, I'm telling you right now, folks, Liquid IV has changed my life. It's something that I use on a regular basis because I'm always on the go. I gotta stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated. Liquid IV has your back. It'll keep you exactly that way, hydrated. But don't just take my word for it. I want you to try it out. And because of that, if you head over to liquidiv.com right now, you can put anything that you want in your cart, and then at checkout, use the promo code Duke Loves Rasslin. No spaces in that now. Duke Loves Rasslin. Going to save you 20% on your entire order. That's how much I care about your hydration. That's how much I want you to check out Liquid IV. So what are you waiting for? Shop better hydration today. Visit liquidiv.com. That's right.
Look at what we have here, folks!
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Brothers and sisters, you know the River City Wrestling Con, legitimately the premier event of the summer, is fast approaching. June 6th and 7th at the World Golf Village in St. Augustine, Florida. Visit rivercitywrestlingcon.com. Tickets are limited at this point, folks. They're about 95% sold out, so don't wait for the door. Get your tickets now while you still can, please, because certainly one of the main reasons why there are so few tickets left is because our guest this episode has taken time out of his busy schedule to come and meet you personally, folks. Legitimately a Hall of Famer, one of the most respectful, one of the most God-fearing, one of the most exciting wrestlers of all time, most importantly, a great person. Without further ado, welcome to Duke Loves Rasslin, Rey Mysterio Jr. And let's just jump into it, Rey. River City Wrestling Con, June 6th. That's the Saturday now. You are going to be there live and in color to meet all of the wonderful fans at the World Golf Village. I can tell you right now, Rey, the fans are so excited to meet you.
Well, the fact, Duke, that the fans are so pumped up, gives me excitement because we want to present something new to the fans. You know, I'm always trying to swag out my ring gear, coming out with different colors, different designs. Action figures are always, very high commodity. And I always like to step up my game. One thing that I've always wanted to do, when I broke into the business, was to potentially create my own cartoon series. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to present them with the cartoon that we released, I want to say 3 years ago, if not more, back in Latin America with Cartoon Network at the time. And we're bringing the cartoon over to the U.S. for the first time. So this is one of the first introductions to Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness into the U.S.
Now, see, there you go, Rey. Sharing something special with the fans for this special appearance at the River City Wrestling Con. This is great, man. Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness. So for folks who didn't get a chance to see it in Latin America, you will get a chance to check it out at the River City Wrestling Con. It's incredible to me because, first of all, Rey Mysterio Jr. is a real-life action figure, right? It's just amazing. And now that you have a cartoon to go along with everything else that you've done throughout your career, it's just another layer. It's another way for you to connect with these wonderful fans, and it's consistent. It's wonderful. It's positive. So it's really special, man. And for a family-friendly event like the River City Wrestling Cup, there really is no better place to debut something like that. And speaking of debuts, you know, Rey, we have the World Cup officially kicking off here. And I know here in Boston, we have some matches that we're going to be featuring. And, you know, everyone's going to be here in a couple weeks. It's so exciting. I know that you're a huge soccer fan. And in fact, you've taken it to the next level here because you have a limited edition special soccer jersey. This is inspired by Team Mexico and in collaboration with our great friends over at football.co. So help me out here, Rey. Give me the real background story behind this.
Oh, 100%. You know, we did this collaboration with football.co, and the fact that we're creating something based on my nationality, my representation, you know, Mexico. Even though a lot of people say that I was born in San Diego, but I truly feel Mexican because of the struggle that my parents went through. They're both from Guadalajara, and, you know, they raised 4 children, me being the youngest out of 4. But I remember sitting down with my dad, you know, and watching the World Cup in '86, when the World Cup was in Mexico City and then Estadio Azteca, you know, so to be able to collaborate and create a jersey based on the cartoon and based on the colors of Mexico, representing all the players that are in the lineup for the World Cup this year is truly an honor.
I love that. I love the fact that you are paying homage to your roots, honoring your family and your forefathers and what have you there, and, you know, letting the world know that it is okay to, you know, show some pride there. And what better time to do it than right around the World Cup? You know, I love it, man. In fact, everybody, stop what you're doing. Head over to Rey Mysterio's Instagram page, so you'll get far more information about this wonderful limited edition jersey. Once again, it is inspired by Team Mexico. We're celebrating the World Cup. Everybody's got World Cup fever for sure. And once again, shout out to our friends over at football.co for this great collaboration with Rey Mysterio. Because I got to tell you, man, Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness, that's what it's all about. That's the cartoon. We got the soccer jersey where we're representing Mexico. You got football.co in on it. Rey's going to be at the River City Wrestling Con June 6th at the World Golf Village in St. Augustine, Florida. It's just all energy. It's all positive stuff. The sun is shining. We can't go wrong here, man. Speaking of which, I got to tell you, Rey, I mean, I'm a lifelong pro wrestling fan, 43 years, and there is a trend that I've noticed that continues to grow through the years, whether we're talking Bret Hart, Kevin Nash, Devon Dudley, all of these guys, Booker T, they all say the same thing. If you have a Mount Rushmore of pro wrestlers, Rey Mysterio Jr. absolutely is on that list, and that is huge, man. That is a big vote of confidence, not only from your peers, but from legends in their own right. How does that feel? How does it feel to have, you know, folks like that, especially of that stature, to literally say, we are fans of Rey, and not only are we fans of Rey, but we feel like he is one of the greatest to ever do it? Because here's the reality, Rey. You've truly made the impossible possible. Pro wrestling is the land of the giants. The fact that you've been able to accomplish all that you've accomplished, first of all, you know, a young man of Mexican heritage, you know, your size, going up against these larger than life folks and what have you, the fact that you've hung in there this long and you've been able to accomplish so much, it's unprecedented, man, quite frankly. How does it feel to be acknowledged like that?
It really, truly humbles me. The fact that these greats of this sport will speak highly about me in that form and fashion is truly humbling. You know, I never really considered like all the barriers that I've broke throughout my career. Been doing this for 36 years. I just wanted an opportunity to be able to step in the ring and have the fans entertained. And every opportunity that was given to me, I felt like I took an advantage of it, and the fact that I need to really point this out, I would not be where I'm at today without the love and following of the fans. They are the ones that have taken me this far. And that is truly a blessing. First God, then the fans, and that just overwhelms me with satisfaction, with joy, but overall, sometimes I do have that moment to pause and reflect on the 36 years. And I broke the stereotypical type of what a wrestler should look like. And sometimes I forget about that. Not until I'm reminded, like you did right now, or Booker has, or Brett has, or Devon, or Bubba. There's been so many obstacles in my path that I've overcome them. And that is a good thing, because I didn't do it just for myself. I did it for the next generation. As we can see now, the growth of Hispanic wrestlers has been tremendous. And I think if Eddie would be alive right now, he would be so freaking happy that we've come this far.
I'm so glad you brought his name up, because we all miss Eddie Guerrero, and my goodness, man. I was at the first Ring of Honor show, and I remember that was the first time I saw Eddie live, and just seeing how crisp and smooth everything that he did, even just the way he walked, the way he looked at the crowd, the way that he took his time, but when it was time to turn up the heat, the way he did that as well, just incredible, man. And seeing all the battles through the years that you and Eddie had in the ring, so fantastic, but you, Eddie, Conan, La Parca, the list goes on of that generation, and even the generations before you guys. It's so wonderful to see the groundwork, the foundation be built in order to bring us to where we are today, where Latino wrestlers, Latin American wrestlers actually have a chance. They actually can be the top star in a promotion. They actually can be the world champion of the number one promotion. And that's just special, man. And you did that. Eddie did that. It's just special to be able to do that. Conan was breaking records. He was selling out more than Hulk Hogan at one point. So it's just special to see you guys be able to accomplish things like that, because as we talk about representation and we talk about equitable diversity, not just diversity, but there's got to be equity in there. You inspire people from all walks of life, and not just Latinos, but everybody, but especially Latino folks. If Rey Mysterio can be the world champion, if Rey Mysterio can have a Hall of Fame career and be considered one of the greatest to ever do it, despite how tall he is, despite how many muscles he's got, despite where he originally comes from, and whether he was rich or poor growing up, or who his parents are, what have you, no matter what, you can be the absolute greatest in your field. That is such a huge inspiration, man, and folks are watching and paying attention, and they're carrying that with. So, I thank you on behalf of the fans around the world for being that type of beacon, that type of light right there, bro, because I'm telling you right now, it matters. We're paying attention, and we appreciate you for it. And brothers and sisters, don't forget, Latinos are the fastest growing population in the United States. There's a reason why we saw Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl, right? The NFL says they cannot grow the league, their fan base. They cannot grow without attracting more Latinos, more Spanish-speaking folks, and what have you. So in all aspects of life, including pro wrestling, we need to see more representation, because that is reflected in the population. It's got to make sense. So again, Rey, thank you for everything, brother, because you are helping to foster that change and that growth. And Rey, we can't talk about paving the way, we can't talk about legacy without talking about your kids, right? Aaliyah, someone that I know fans would love to see back in pro wrestling, especially WWE, because she was a natural. She did a great job. And no matter what she does, she's going to be successful if she does come back. And then, of course, you have Dom, who is a superstar in his own right there. But I want to talk to you about your wife. You know, she's been there every step of the way for all of you. And it's so special because you can't become who you are without having that rock. And certainly, you know, Mrs. Mysterio is exactly that. She is the rock of the family there. Talk to me about it, Rey. I know the both of you just celebrated a huge milestone within your relationship. Talk to me about your wife.
Well, Duke, I think you hit the nail right on the head, man. She has been my rock from even before I started in this business. You know, we dated when I was 15. She was 17 at the time. And we dated for 6 years. We just celebrated our 30-year anniversary, May 11th. And the fact that she was with someone from the beginning that had nothing, to the extent that she was willing to put her medical field career to the side to help and support me pursue my wrestling career, that just speaks the type of woman that I'm with. You know, again, if my daughter were to say, Dad, I want to push my career to the side and help out my boyfriend, I would say, you are crazy. What are you thinking about? No. You know, the fact that her mom told her no at the time, she didn't really like me back then. So I understand that completely now that I'm an adult and that I have my own children. You know, I would have done the same or reacted the same way. And even though she was told no by her mom, she still figured it out and she put her career aside and she got a job and she was sending me money to help me support my career until I eventually, you know, started to make it little by little, never knowing, thinking, or visualizing that one day we would be where we're at today. So it is truly a story and two lives, besides our two kids, that have been blessed. Without our kids, once our kids came into our lives, truly, truly blessed, just because of how everything has panned out. You know, sometimes you have plans in your life that you want to make sure they go in the right direction, but only God knows the direction that you're going. And I truly have found that out, you know, with life challenges and how just life evolves around you in general. But yes, my wife is she's my soulmate. You know, she has been the person that has supported me the most unconditionally and that truly loves me unconditionally. And you know, it's a mutual feeling from both ends.
You know, I really respect the fact that you highlighted your wife in that manner because it's important, man. And you could tell a lot about a person by the way that they talk about their family, especially their significant other. So, you know, kudos to you and your family. And furthermore, let me just say this. To Aaliyah, thank you. To Dirty Dom, thank you. But your father still owes you a butt whooping, boy. And to your lovely wife, Mrs. Mysterio, thank you so much for sharing your husband with us, because I got to tell you, there is no possible way that Rey could have accomplished half as much as he has without the love and support of his family, especially his wonderful wife. And because he's full of so much love and support at home, he's able to provide that to us, the fans, and inspire us and lead by example, lead with love. So certainly, Mrs. Mysterio, thank you very much. You are the reason why we all can celebrate the wonderful career of Rey Mysterio Jr. And again, folks, this is exactly why I keep telling you. You got to join us at the River City Wrestling Con, June 6th and 7th, but especially Saturday, June 6th. So you can see Rey Mysterio Jr., you can get your picture, you can get your autograph, you can check out Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness. It literally just have a great time. This is a wonderful family man. The River City Wrestling Con is a family affair for sure. Everyone is welcome. You know, the grandparents, the babies, mom and dad, auntie, uncle, the whole 9 yards there. This is the whole point. You know, let's have a good time and really, you know, let's fellowship together. That's what it's all about, man. Rey, as always, man, thank you very much for being so gracious with your time. Everyone, check out Rey's Instagram so you can once again get more information about the wonderful soccer jersey. You can get more information about Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness, you know, that wonderful cartoon. I got to tell you, Rey, I got to make sure I grab myself one of those limited edition Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness Team Mexico World Cup soccer jerseys there so I can be in style, brother, because, you know, World Cup coming here to Boston, I got to make sure I'm styling and profiling. What do you think about that?
Duke, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. And we'll definitely be in touch and send you that soccer jersey.
Strictly for the culture every day. Step in style in your unique way. Patterns and colors so defined. All about the perfect line. Be yourself, let your spirit fly. In this fashion, you'll touch the sky. Strictly for the culture, brand so fine. Dress to impress and show your shine. Strictly for the culture, every day. Step in style in your unique way.
Visit www.strictlyfortheculture.ca. All right, brothers and sisters, we're keeping this train rolling. Great conversation there with the legend himself, Rey Mysterio. And, you know, I got another legend on the line. Somebody who legitimately is a guy that has been there and done that many times over. He has seen the worst in life. He's seen the best and everything in between. That almost sounds like a Dusty Rhodes. He's wined and dined with kings and queens, and he's dined with homeless people eating pork and beans. He's done it all. But what I like about this person is that he's always straight up, and he earns respect because he leads with respect. And I feel like this is the type of person that a lot of people in the wrestling industry, especially you younger wrestlers out there trying to figure it out, you can learn a lot from this person. They'll show you how to really get it done, man. It's all about respect. It's all about honor. Be a person of your word. Follow through. Be dependable. And most of all, don't go out of your way to hurt others, you know? So if you follow those tenements, you're going to find a way to win more often than not. And certainly this dude is a winner. So without further ado, welcome back to Duke Loves Rasslin, the man who is officially going to be part of River City Wrestling Con this year, Brother Michael L. Rey. What's going on there, bro?
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Almost brought a tear to my eyes. Thank you. Thank you. River City Wrestling Con. I think it's a great concept. I've been following them for a while. I did like Comic Cons back in the day, so this would be like the first one I come back to like since 2019. It's a great theme. I've seen other themes that don't quite work. This one is working. They have a great lineup. I'm super excited, but I'm kind of on the show today, like to express the fact that we're bringing back old school in a different way. And I don't know if that makes sense to any of the fans. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Duke.
Well, what do you mean by that, Mike? Because I know that you're a guy that you are very well connected, and again, people respect you, man, because you're a straight up dude. What do you mean about bringing back old school?
So I don't know. Damn, it's been like 2 years since I've been on the show. Everything has changed for me positively. You know, I was on NWA 77. I'm still doing my thing with the NWA. I'm not officially signed or nothing, but I'm there at every taping. I've been working hard in Florida. I always say unfortunately, but you know, I did become a big voice here in Florida, and I was able to jump on the CWF bandwagon, which is Championship Wrestling of Florida, and they will be doing tapings in August for Fox 13. So I'm kind of proud to take that honorary position of Gordy Soley, like the way he used to do things. And it's a big responsibility, but it's definitely something I'm stoked about. So it had me change a lot of my ways too, because now I don't want to be the guy to tell people no. I want to be the guy to bring opportunity to people. So at River City Wrestling Con, like my table will have the legendary Fidel Sierra. He's wrestled for CWF for a long time, and he wrestled WCW, he wrestled WWE, the Cuban Assassin. And also, as a surprise, someone who people, I don't know if they forgot about him, haven't seen him for a while, but I got Connor from the Ascension sitting with me too that night, and we're gonna do like a live podcast, autograph signings. When I mean bring old school back, I mean that traditional studio wrestling where it's about wrestling and not about the soap opera.
I love that. I love that 100%. You're bringing Fidel, you're bringing Connor. Obviously, you're going to be there. What can the fans expect? And I'm talking everybody from the grandparents to babies and everyone in between. When they see you three guys at your table, what is the excitement? Why should they come and grab a picture, grab an autograph, buy some merch, and what have you? What's the whole point there?
So for history purposes, that's why they should come to the table. Fidel's been a very, very vocal person for us Latinos. I mean, he's opened doors for us in Cuba and Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and Florida, all through Miami, through Tampa. So having that legendary presence of, fans heard of him. This guy wrestled Andre the Giant. You know what I'm saying? So to have that presence there, to finally meet him, to finally talk to him, to finally get an autograph and a picture, you don't see him that quite often. And Connor, not saying he hasn't done anything in a while, but Connor is going to be a main member of the CWF roster. And he's one of the first officially signed people to CWF. So that's the official, you always got to bring in a big legend when you start these promotions, and he's officially signed to us. Like, it's not a secret. He's going to be on TV wrestling for us. So that's two of the main reasons why you should stop by. And also the last manager, me. I mean, my character has changed so much that, wherever I go in the city of Ocala, I'm now being recognized, and that's awesome. Come see the red and black, Different look now too, Duke. There's no more blonde and black. It's red and black now.
Now wait a second. Is Michael L. Rey? Is he in his corporate era? Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah, baby. I'm a remix of Bobby Heenan, Gary Hart, and Jim Cornette in one big bottle. You should see the jacket, man. You got to see the jacket. Yo, the ladies love the jacket. Shout out to the Tisha Knight. She did the jacket for me. But listen, I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you know, but I was fully blessed. May 2nd. I don't know if it hit your side of town. Marion County put me in the Florida Hall of Fame for bringing pro wrestling for 8 strong years and cleaning up the pollution that was there. And I finally got recognized for that. And one of the main shows that helped me get my recognition was this show. And I like to say thank you, Duke, and all the fans. Like, I'm finally an Indie Hall of Famer. I don't know if that means anything, but hey, I'll take the ring.
Hey, man, congratulations. It is an honor that is well earned. I'm telling you, Mike, I've always said, man, you're an interesting guy because despite the fact that you come from humble beginnings, just like a lot of us, you have made it a point to be as productive and as positive and, quite frankly, as helpful as you possibly can be. And getting recognitions like that, being put in the Marion County Hall of Fame, that is just a prime example of honoring somebody who has put in that type of work, man. And you certainly have. I mean, you are what governments would call a good neighbor, right? You add to a community as opposed to take away. And
sometimes I feel bad, Duke, because I did have a strong vocal point at one time, and I said a lot of things about certain people. At the time, it was probably pure emotions. But, a lot of these people that I've done had like words with, we've done seen each other already, and we've done conducted business. One of the main persons, on this show that I had something with, was like Della Rosa. We spoke it out, we duked it out. We've even done a show together. I'm a big supporter of what she's doing now. Her mindset changed for the business. I root for her. I try to help her get, as much ring time as she can when it comes to ring announcing. Me having such a big presence first in ring announcing, it's cool that some of these guys now, like Jim, Donnie, all these people now look up to me. They ask me for advice, and I don't steer them wrong. But at the same time, too, I always tell them like, "Hey, when I did it, I fell, and I did it like this, and that's the reason why I fell. Maybe if you do it like this, maybe you won't fall, but don't do the same thing I did, because you're not going to get results. You're only going to get results if you do this." And a lot of people I've spoken to, and even this past, I think it was like 2 weekends ago, the locker room, like the presence of me in the locker room and people coming up to me telling me like, "Hey, new generation guys, hey, I'm at this school. I don't think it's a real school. What do you recommend?" Well, I recommend this. I recommend that. Changing the dynamics instead of me going in there and complaining. I'm actually, and I'm keeping this very thorough for anyone that's listening. You have to ask me for help. I'm just not going to help you. You have to ask me for help. If you ask me for help, bro, I'll give you the shirt off my back. But if you don't ask me for help, I don't know everything that's going on. I'm trying to stay as much in tune with the indies as I can here in Florida, but I'm trying to keep it not a bare minimum, because I respect all the boys. I love all you guys, but I'm also in the car business, and because of the internet, I'm actually producing a lot of car sales. My company treats me very well, and with that money is how I'm able to help you guys grow in this industry. And I can't do you know s- I can't give wrestling 110% no more. Now it gets like 70% of my time, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, and that's good stuff there, man. So once again, River City Wrestling Con, you're going to be there each day that weekend, right?
The 6th and the 7th, dude, I am so stoked. There's like guys I haven't seen in over 2 or 3 years that I know just me being there is gonna be. I, I, I don't want people leaving their table to come to my table, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want other wrestlers on the other side of the building being like, "Oh, hell, Rey's here. Let me go over there and say hi." Guys, we're gonna have enough. We're gonna have a whole weekend of fun. There's live wrestling there too. There's so much stuff going on. I mean, there's a lot of you guys I haven't seen in so long. I love all you guys equally, but we have a whole weekend of fun. Let's have fun with the fans first, and then we could go to the back and make fun of each other and do all the craziness I do in the back with you guys. But no, I'm super stoked. And if any fan, like, take the initiative. Like, this is not just like, this is not a Comic Con. Like, I use the phrase Comic Con because that's the first thing. This is different. Like, this is our stuff. This is like a WrestleCon. This is like people you're gonna meet that you always wanted to meet but never had that opportunity. You get to meet them face to face. You get to ask them questions. This is like one of the coolest things you could possibly think of, where it's our community, where no one's gonna judge you, no one's gonna make fun of you for being a wrestling fan. Wrestling fans nowadays, they're coming out more throughout the woodworks. We're being more vocal. So, River City Wrestling Con, this is like, I've been wanting to do this for years, and I've been holding out. So like when I got the call to do it, I was like, of course I'm going to do it. I mean, Jacksonville. I mean, I'm just stoked about this whole event. Like I'm going to be there both days. Um, Me and Khan got a couple comedy things we're working. We're gonna do a couple comedy sketches for TikTok, but I also want to do things with the fans. So I'm very open if you guys want to come up and do sketches with us, talk to us. That's what I want you guys. It's more of a me saying a thank you to these guys. I'm bringing back CWF for the fans. I know there's a lot of history here in Florida with that particular company. We have the rights. We're relaunching it. So this is me appreciating you guys at this WrestleCon with two good legends and possibly a third one if he picks up his phone call. I ain't gonna say who, but if you pick up your phone, you possibly could come with us, you moron. But come down and see us. And Duke, man, you got to start making appearances too, brother. Got to do a live Duke Loves Wrestling there too.
Hey, you never know what the future holds. So stay tuned for that. I don't want to let any cats out of the bag, but you never know what the future holds. Now that my man Michael L. Rey is going to be there, you never know. I'm telling you. But this is exactly
going to be hilarious.
Why, folks. River City Wrestling Con. You gotta get your tickets. It's almost sold out. Okay, it's literally 90% sold out already. So come on, get your tickets before it's too late. June 6th and 7th, World Golf Village. You know what I'm talking about. St. Augustine, Florida. RiverCityWrestlingCon.com, folks. Don't wait till the days of to try to buy tickets. You're probably not going to get in. All right, buy your tickets online. Make sure that you're all set, and go see my man Michael L. Rey and his table there, and have some laughs, see the great merch that they have. Come on, man. That's what it's all about, right, Mike?
Yep. We'll see you June 6th and 7th. We'll be there at Championship Wrestling of Florida.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Rasslin.
Zencastr, Zencastr. That is my favorite program to use for all my recording needs. And the great part is, not only do they have audio, but they also have video options as well. So whether you're video conferencing, podcasting, just catching up with friends and loved ones, you definitely want to check out Zencastr. They have paid subscriptions. They also have a free version, which I'm actually using right now. Transcripts, the whole 9 yards, and even, get this, Zencastr has started to do hosting. So for all you podcasters out there, if you're looking for a host for your show, please consider Zencastr. You will not regret it. I'm telling you right now. Once again, Zencastr, made on Zencastr. That's right.